Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another edition of The Prescription. I am here with loud music recording artist, Miss SkyRah Bliss. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful and blessed. How are you doing today?
Man, I can't complain, man. Life is beautiful right now, so I
You
can't
made
even
it out
complain.
alive, huh? You made it on
Exactly, for real. Made it out
out
alive, definitely. I
alive.
really feel like that's been the last 2 weeks, like with
Yeah.
everything going on. And so since you started off talking about Make It Out Alive, Make It Out Alive is your new single, which I listened to. I love that single. It's one of the reasons, I mean, when they gave it to me that I was like, I had to get you on the show. So let me ask you first, how was your release party, the Beats and Bourbon? How was your release party?
Oh my gosh, it was like absolutely perfect. My outfit was super cute. I don't really have a lot of girl moments. I really love the oversized, baggy clothes, but every once in a while I want to be a little diva and have gowns on and a
I
cute
feel
little
that.
dress with some heels, darling. Yes, very, very diva-esque. So
Yes,
yeah, I felt
yes.
like it was my party and it was the best. If it could do it anywhere, that was the best place to do it. So 97.9 The Box came out. Dr. Douglas, who wrote the newspaper on me from Four Times, he was there. A lot of my supporters were there and other artists. So it was really, really dope. My team did a great job with my release party. It was awesome.
I'm glad you like so hype. I was like, I wish I could have made, boy, if I could have made it to Houston, I wanted to come. I couldn't get there, but I wanted to come.
Yes. I
So
would have loved to
what
dance with you.
definitely. So what was the inspiration behind Make It Out Alive, your new single?
I typically shy away from utilizing my emotions while I'm creating. I try to create before I would like to create music that was the opposite of what I was feeling. I like to create happy music no matter what's going on, just to kind of forget about my troubles and my worries. And Derek challenged me. He was like, put all of those emotions in a song. Like if you're not feeling good, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling, just put it all into the music. And me, I've always been kind of scared to do that because music lasts forever, and when you listen to something, it brings you back to that moment. But I've
That's true.
life is about perspective. So when I wrote the song, it's about like being in a manic episode and not knowing. And but you're still bragging about yourself like I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, but you're not realizing like you're stemming just to kind of get away from your issues. And so that's what Make It Out Alive is about. It's about um making it out alive.
Most
it has
definitely.
a yeah, it has a hey y'all effect to it. Like you can party to it, but there's
Mhm.
also a deeper meaning to it. So it's my favorite song because it's the first time I let go of perfection and just kind of laid it out, laid it all out on a record. And it's just I only did very small moments of when I was talking about emotions. So as I grow as an artist, I'll lean more and more into it for
I
sure.
like that. I like that, and I mean, I felt that like emotion, and like you say, it does have that party vibe, which I know you kind of give because I think about hype me up, and
Oh
that's I feel that be
yeah.
that. I swear that's like that anthem. That's like that morning when you get ready and the shit, you know what I'm saying? You just ready to
Yes.
go. Try to get you. So I noticed you kind of have that vibe, and I love that vibe.
Mhm.
But you said that you don't like to get too personal, or are you
Mhm.
growing more into that? You think that's something you're going to be doing more in the future, or?
Slowly but surely, I've always been the strong friend. So the strong friend doesn't
Yeah.
really have time to go through things because you're steady uplifting everyone. I feel like that's my calling to uplift the world into a higher frequency, to be in a better mindset mentally. But not every day is perfect, and we go through it. The rainy days are needed for when everything grows all beautifully. You need the rainy days for that. So talking about it is definitely difficult for me, but it is definitely something I'm embracing. And not every day is perfect, and that's okay as long as you get through it and make it out alive. A shameless
I
plug.
feel you. I feel you. I feel you, and I love that because I think a lot of people miss that music is healing, and you could be a
Mhm.
healer through music. And you know what I'm saying, like listening to the music, the frequency, the words, it can be so
Yes,
healing to
super
any parts
healing.
of you because it taps into different emotions depending on what you need at that time. And I love that
Exactly.
you approach your music like that.
Yeah, I wanted to be a doctor growing up. I got hundreds in all
Mm.
my science classes and everything, and when I looked up, when I realized, because most of my family is in the medical field, and then once I realized how emotionally strong you have to be a doctor, and if you lose patience, I realized that wasn't for me. I get attached to people very easily, so I was like, you know what, I can heal me people through my music. So it's my way of being a doctor through creating music.
I love that. It's like you found a way, you found your own lane because,
Hmm.
you wanted to still help, but you was like, I can't do it in that way. I ain't built that way, but you
The
found your own
way
lane.
I would cry every day coming home from work, child. Not a
I
let it be a
feel you.
baby too. Oh, yeah, I'd be
I
a mess.
couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I mean, I like to say I love helping people, but seeing
Hmm.
them hurt and nah, I couldn't do it. That takes a strong individual. So it's definitely
Yes,
shout out to all those people in the medical field. Y'all some beautiful
yes,
people because you built different.
yes. Very different. Okay, very.
Definitely. So
Definitely
I
shout
want
out
to
to
kind of get behind Miss Skyra the person. So as always, you wearing your purple.
yeah, girl. I got to put it on. When I put it
I
on, I
see
put
you,
it
and
on.
you clean. You're looking good right there. So kind of tell people who don't know so much about you why purple. What is the meaning behind purple for you?
So the meaning behind purple for me is individuality. I grew
Mm.
up with an older brother. I wanted to be who he was. My favorite color was his favorite color. I wore his clothes. I didn't want to wear girl clothes. I wanted to wear boy clothes. Somewhat still in the same mindset now. But once I started doing music, I wanted to become my own person. And I've always
Mhm.
loved purple, but I didn't really embrace it because I was trying to be like my older brother. But once I embraced it, it was just I wore purple and black every day. I was a little rock star kid. Got 5, 6, 7 belts on. A little
I
Michael
love it.
Jackson, Dirty Diana was going. Yeah, girl, I was definitely a little rock star.
I love it. I love it. It's speaking of Michael, what's some of your influence? Because I know what I hear in
Yes.
your music, but tell us kind of what some of your influences that kind of help mold you into the artist you are today.
Yes, of course. Would be Lauren Hill. When I started writing, getting into writing music, her Unplugged album was the one that sparked my creative creative like poetry pen. Definitely
Mm.
love her. Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Beyonce, Mariah Carey, Brandy, Jasmine Sullivan. I love Paramore. I love Willow. As we get into the newer artists, Willow, Frank Ocean, Kid Cudi,
Oh,
Prince. Obviously, I love
purple, yes.
Prince. Yeah. So my range of music is all over the place. I listen to anything that sounds good and feels good to me. So you'll definitely hear that. I love house music too. I want to get into that eventually one day.
I love that. I love that. And I heard you say, saying like you started off with the poetic pen. So are you a poet?
Hmm. Yeah. Oh well, I started writing poetry and short stories when I was 5, 6, 7. I still have those journals. They're
Oh,
so
you got to
cute.
keep
I'm
them.
like, girl, I was feeling the emotions at 8 years old. Do you hear me?
You was
Like the
going through it.
emotions was there. I think I was just repeating the concepts what I heard on the radio. But the crazy part is I understood what a hook was, a verse was, a
Mm.
bridge. At such a young age, I really feel like that was a gift that was given to me by God. So I don't take it for
Mm.
granted. I always thank Him before I go and perform any show. So.
Definitely, definitely. And so, are you writing now for yourself and for others, or is that something you're trying to grow into being and not just an artist but also a songwriter?
I definitely tried to get into the songwriting aspect of my career earlier, but everything I wrote, everyone was like, "You need to keep it yourself. You need to keep it yourself." So I'm like, "Well, can
Mm.
I write for other people or no?" But yeah, I definitely want to write for other artists. I do write for myself. I collaborate with other artists as well. I wasn't so open minded at first. I will say, if you talk to
Through growing
Myoshi or
pains.
Derek, they be like, the way that girl is so hard headed and stubborn. I don't need nobody to write for me. I write for myself. I'm a good songwriter. I did all the studying. I studied. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm like. Yeah, I'm very stubborn. But that's just because music is spiritual for me. So you have to be careful of who you let into your creative space. So I'm more open to it now. If you got a good vibe, a good aura, we can definitely create it
I got you.
together.
I definitely understand because I know words are powerful too. So what you repeating somebody
Very.
else's words out your mouth, so you putting that out into the atmosphere. I definitely understand that.
You get it, you get
Definitely,
it,
definitely. And so let me ask you, how have you kind of grown as an artist? And I'm gonna go back into some of the things you started out as, but how have you feel personally have you grown as an artist and how your music has grown?
just tapping into letting go of the perfection now. I still have some of those traits in me because let me miss a step on stage, baby. Like, the part of me will die. But in reality, I'm human. So letting go of like the perfection aspect of me being an artist has allowed me to grow. So that is the biggest thing. And just tapping into my emotions a little bit more when I'm creating as well.
I love that. I love that. So let me ask you, snacks. Hold on.
Oh, yes, girl. I keep them by the bed. I keep them by the bed.
What's the man pull up? When you open the
Yes.
drawer, what you pulling out the drawer?
Now, my favorite candy, and people call me an old lady, but ever since I was little, I've been obsessed with Christmas and candy canes. So I love
Mm,
peppermint candy, or the candy cane is my favorite to like eat a candy cane. I
got
love
you.
hot Cheetos, chocolate
That I
chip
like those.
cookies. Anything that has like peanut butter, like trail mix or something like that, I like as well.
Oh, see, you got a good array. See, you got the whole thing. You like no matter what, I got some for that mood. I love that.
This motion
And
right here, I love it, especially if I'm watching Netflix or something. This motion is everything.
see how I avoided that. I took the TV out my room and put it in the living room. So
Yeah, that's a good.
I won't be eating
That's
in
a
my
good.
bed because I had to stop. I had to stop. You know what I'm saying? But and it's funny you said peppermint because I remember my grandmother before she used to go to Georgia and buy like all these old Bob peppermint candies, and she used to
Hmm
have them and like they were like 20 years old, and she used to try to give them to us. And I'm like, Grandma, you gonna kill us?
I love that. That is so funny, and I keep them in my bag too. I be get handing them out, and my should be like, "Girl, why are you be handing people out peppermint? I love peppermint. So
Hey man,
good."
peppermint is soothing. Like it soothes headaches, it soothes your throat. Like peppermint just puts you in a peaceful mood. It's meant to be relaxing.
You get me. You get me.
I get it. I get it. I get it. So let me ask you this: if you had to choose a song that represents Miss SkyRah Bliss, if someone had never heard you, what would you tell them to listen to first?
Hmm. Like of my music.
Yes, of your music.
I would tell them to listen to I first. I is my first single that I released as SkyRah Bliss, and I love that song for like emotional reasons because I was at that was a song that I created for or started to write for Kalani, but they told me to keep it for myself. It was like,
Wow.
man, this is really dope. Like, you need to keep this for yourself. And at that time, I was focused on being a super perfectionist, singing perfectly. Every note had to be like super on. Like, it was just when I listened to it, I'd be like, oh, baby me, I was trying so hard to be perfect. Because now when I sing it, I just let it go and I just, I do more runs. And so I love that song. And then from that song, I would tell them to listen to Hype Me Up because you can hear how I am more comfortable with just being human on the record and not being so perfect.
I like that. I like that.
But we
Just
gonna
going from the beginning. I can hear you. Going from the
I
beginning.
was just gonna say we're gonna make sure we on key on the
Okay.
record. Okay, the
Definitely.
emotions can be there, but we're gonna be on key. Thank you.
Definitely. Definitely. So let me ask you this. What would you say is the hardest part about doing your artistry, doing your craft, doing your passion? What's the hardest part about what you do?
Honestly, being an artist that is a little left to the or a little to the left and a little to the right, you see what works for other people and you feel like, man, should I do a song like that? Should I be dressing like that? Like it crosses your mind. And I love me. I don't want to be anyone else in the world but me. But it's a business at the end of the day, and you see what's working for other people, and you kind of question, like, man, am I doing something? Should I be doing something different with my career and like my image or my song, my music? But at the end of the day, I don't really care what's going on for somebody else. Love that it's working for them. I'm a girl's girl. I support everybody. You know what I mean? Like if it's working for you, congratulations. There's no hate coming from me ever. But I want to be me at the end of the day. I want to make it being me. So
I
that's the
love that.
hardest part.
So let me ask you this. You say being you. Have you
Yeah.
found you as an artist, or you think you still go, or have you found your brand, your image? Do you think you still kind of tailoring it, or you think it'll just be little tweaks just to stay relevant, or how do you kind of feel about the person and the artist SkyRah is right now?
I am growing every day. I feel like the more that I grow, the better I become, and the more steps I'm taking to become a legendary artist. Because every legendary artist, they lay their heart on the line. They sing their heart out. They let all the emotions fly when they're creating. And I am slowly but surely getting comfortable with being uncomfortable with that part of my artistry as far as image and everything goes. I feel like I just be me. Sometimes I want to put on a ball gown to go to the grocery store. I'll put on a ball gown to go to the grocery store, darling. That's just who I am. If I want to wear a hoodie and some basketball shorts and some J's, I'm gonna do that too. I don't really feel pressured to be anybody but myself because I kind of do it all. So
I love that. Love that. Just being comfortable in your own skin feels good.
yeah,
I've been on that journey now, and now I think I finally found, like, they mess with me all the time. They're like, "You're always dressed up," but I'm comfortable. So,
honey, you're just dressed down. I can't have that. You're dressed down, darling. As I'm dressed up, maybe you should
okay.
try it sometime.
Hey, and say we all got to have our own style. We all have what makes us feel good. And at the end of the day, as long
Right,
as you wake up and you got that bright smile, hey, and it works. I'm like, keep doing you. Always
right.
do
Do you?
you.
Do you
Definitely.
never know what people are going through. So when people are talking about, oh, how people are walking outside, you don't know what that person's going through. Maybe leave them alone. Let maybe that's their fashion for today. Okay.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. This is what they felt today. So let them be. You
yeah,
let
let
you
them be
operate in your
them.
own circle. Yeah, exactly. So let me ask you this. What do you do to kind of balance? Like what kind of hobby or what do you do to kind of balance with, and give yourself that downtime, that kind of
Mm.
relaxation?
I love to do yoga and Pilates or hang out with my god babies or my best friend. We grew up playing sports together. So we'll go play sand volleyball or go hoop basketball. We don't necessarily go to the track too often, a little bit PTSD there. But
Oh wow.
yeah, we didn't want to run track, but we just did it because we didn't want to be in off season. So it's hilarious.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, I just like to spend time with and create more memories with the people I love. That is my go to.
I like that. That kind of helps keep you centered when you're outside of artist and business mode.
Correct,
So
correct.
definitely. So let me ask you this. Jitters. Do you get jitters before you go to stage or go to perform? And if so, what kind of gets you prepared for that, to shake off? You want some butterflies, but sometimes it can get a little too much.
I get the zoomies, and that's the best way I can explain it. I have like the shock wave that goes through me, and I'm just get so excited and over the top, and I just want to jump off something. So I have to, and I have to calm myself down before I go on stage. I get a little bit of butterflies and a little nervous too, but for the most part, I'm just like super excited, just ready to jump. So I have to calm myself down because if I don't, I will forget my lyrics. I'll forget the
Mhm.
routine. Like I'll just be so excited, my brain gets clouded. So I do a prayer and meditate a little bit before I go on stage.
Oh, I like that, just to bring that peaceful vibe, to bring that
Yeah,
energy down. I might need to
focus.
try that. I might need to try because I have stage fright and I'm a poet, so I be trying to find new ways to keep that anxiety down. So I'm gonna try that
Try
one. I
it. Yes.
appreciate that.
Let me know how it goes.
I definitely will. So the next question I'm gonna ask you, in your city, if I was to come out there to Texas, out there to Houston, what would I do? What represents Houston if I had never been to that city?
Well, I'm gonna be a little basic with my answer. You gotta go to an Astros game. You gotta go
Ah,
to an Astros game. You gotta hit up on Sunday. You gotta hit up all the brunch spots. It's like crew is really dope.
give
And we
mimosa. Gotta
party.
have a
We
mimosa.
party from sun up to sundown. Um, Definitely gotta hit up some food spots. I love the barbecue here. You got to go to the southwest side because they got all the Jamaican and African restaurants and ooh yeah. I'm just I'm trying to get right. I'm trying to eat right now. I'm trying to eat right. You got me
Feel you.
reminiscing, but definitely a seafood
I
boil.
felt you.
Got to hit
She was
up
like,
if you love seafood. Yeah, girl, I was thinking about it.
definitely, man. I'm gonna have to definitely come check out the South Side, definitely, because I was in Houston, but I didn't stay that long, so I really get to
Mm,
experience it last time I was there. So next time I come there, I definitely want to check out the cuisine and I might have to check out an
awesome.
actual game. I mean, I like baseball, not really big. I'm a bigger fan of it, but that would be cool. Just
Gotcha.
definitely something different. Definitely something to check out.
Cool. We got
So
some good R&B and poetry spots down here too. So we'll definitely send them to you whenever you come down here.
definitely, definitely, I appreciate that. I would
Of
appreciate
course.
that. So what's your legacy? What's the legacy you want to leave? It doesn't matter whether it's music, whether it's your life, what it is. When you finally have finished your
Hmm.
journey, what's the legacy that you want people to remember SkyRah Bliss for?
I want them to remember to just that I gave them permission to be themselves because you don't really see that a lot in the media. You kind of get pushed on certain agendas of what you should be, what you should act like, and what you should dress. Like when I have an event, you come how you want to come. If you want to come as a rock star, come as a rock star. If you want to come as a diva, come as a diva. If you want to like whatever you want to come as, just like be you. So the permission, not that you don't need my permission to be yourself, but I want to create a safe space to where people can be themselves and just spread light throughout the world. Just spread
I
light
like
and
that.
love. Hmm.
I like that. Just be yourself. I love that. Like that's
Yes.
just a motto in itself. Just be you. Just be you. It's so
Hmm.
simple. It's so hard for at the same
But
time. But
it's easier said than done, especially in this new day and age of social media and people putting on facades of how much they make and where they're traveling to. Most of the stuff don't even be real, child. So don't. I wouldn't focus so much on that. Just be
yeah,
you and
it's
do what's best for you.
yeah, definitely. It just find you. Like you say, social media, most of this like stuff it's not real. You just gotta find where you fit in and what makes you. As I always say, find where your passion meets your purpose, and you'll be fine.
Oh,
That's,
I love that. I
thank
love
you,
that. Hmm.
thank you, thank you. So let me ask you, any advice? What's the best advice that you've gotten? It doesn't have to be music related. What's just the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received. Um, you are the best gift you can give the world.
Mm,
Just you.
that's deep.
I speak on this because I've gone through a stage where I've tried to conform my sound, tried to conform my look to be a certain way, and although that was part of who I am, it wasn't all of who I was. So when I first got with Derek, I only wore the heels, I only wore the leotards, I only wore the hair, and but outside of that, when we have meetings or when we go to, he'll see people like you got a whole other personality that you're not showing the world, and honestly, I was just trying to like keep that part of me like private because I'm more vulnerable whenever I'm not in super scatter mode. So
Gotcha.
he was like, "Why don't you just show the world that too?" And I'm like, "No, okay, okay, I get what you're saying because
It's
that is, although the heels and the hair and the leotards are a part of me, it's not all of me. I'm multifaceted, so I definitely want to cater to showing all sides of me because we're humans. We all have different parts of us that we should share.
definitely, definitely. And that was some great advice, and I'm glad you took heed to it and opened up because you have a beautiful personality, and I enjoy. This is the second time we was able to talk, and every time I always enjoy our conversation, and I love your music too. So this is no. I love your music. I am definitely a SkyRah Bliss fan, and you're on my
Thank
playlist.
you.
You got two songs on my playlist. You got Hype Me Up, and
Come
you got
on.
the new single Make It Out Alive. So y'all
Yes.
definitely got to definitely stream that new single for SkyRah. And the last question I'm gonna ask you: what is your prescription to success?
My prescription to success is consistency. Now, I've struggled with, I'm sure a lot of artists have struggled with this as well, but being consistent, you're going to have down days, you're going to have days you don't feel it. You just got to push through it because at the end of the day, you want to stay consistent, especially in the music business. You can't, unless you're Beyonce, you can't take 5 years off and expect to be out selling arenas. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
until I get there,
You
consistency
will
is
keep it
definitely,
up.
yeah, girl. Because listen, I love the private life, honey. I love that she has a whole private life, and I do have I keep most of my private life, but I love that I'm able to just kind of dive into it no matter how I'm feeling. So consistency is the best key to success. I feel like
That's
I
a
gave a
great one.
different answer before, but I like this answer better.
I think you did, but I like this. I think I like this one better. I don't remember what it was before, but I love that because consistency is the key to everything. Like if we just
Yeah,
take a little step every day, like we'll just keep moving, just don't stop. Even if you fall, just don't stop, just keep going. The
agreed,
consistency will
agreed.
get you back on track. You know, even when you're not feeling like doing anything, it'll get your mind back. So I love that.
Right.
I love
And it
that.
looks different every day. Sometimes you'll be able to do more than
Mhm.
one day, and then the other day you can only do a few things. But as long as you're doing something, consistency is definitely the key.
Exactly. And
Agreed.
then it makes you feel better on the days when you don't do a lot because well, at least I did something like 2 days ago. I went ham. So I give myself that breathing room. So it
Right.
kind of helps us keep our own ego and our own bashing kind of off ourselves when we think we're not doing as much, but we're still
Correct.
doing something.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
definitely. So last words and where can they find your music, where they can find you on all your social media platforms. I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor.
Of course. Well, I just want to thank you for having me again. I love your energy. I love your aura. And I'm so
Thank
thankful
you.
and honored that you love my song, Make It Out Alive. It means so much to me. Because you never know
Mhm.
how people are going to receive it once you create it. And I was in the studio by myself when I wrote it. So I'm like, dang, I don't know how people are going to receive it. So I am so thankful that you love it. And you can find my music on all streaming platforms. It does help artists when you purchase it on iTunes or Amazon Music a little bit more than streaming, but please stream it and add it to your playlists on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all that great stuff, and purchase it for 99 cents, please. And you
Yes.
can find me at SkyRah on all social media platforms.
I love how she says SKY Aura.
Aura, because it's not Skylar, it's SkyRah. Thank you.
She's like, make sure we put the aura in there. Yes, definitely,
Aura, put the
definitely.
aura up in there. Yes.
And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'm so glad we was able to come back and get this interview done. And it means so much to me everything you just said. But I really do rock with your music, and every time I talk to you, you're always full of energy, and I always enjoy the conversation. And it's just beautiful. You're a beautiful person, and you're a great artist. So I want to say, you guys go out, like she say, stream it. You can buy it. That always helps too. Definitely make it loud, make it out alive, as well as go back to some of her older music. She has a good catalog. You guys definitely check out SkyRah Bliss, loud music recording artist. As I always say, love and light. You guys have a good night. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of The Prescription.